I've said before I'm a huge nerd who collects comic books. When I was a kid, I also used to watch a lot of comic book TV shows, and one of those shows I used to watch was Justice League. And in one of the episodes, Superman asks Flash to take control of the aircraft they were flying in. Flash takes it and makes a snarky response.
Flash, take the controls. Flash, take the controls. But does anyone ask if I know how?
I remember someone said that this is what adulthood is like, and they aren't wrong. I feel like a lot of growing up is just trying to figure out how to deal with situations on your own, and that in itself isn't the problem. My issue is with the judgment. Let's take doing an exercise at the gym, for example. Imagine you're doing bench press for the first time at the gym. You're taking your time, trying to get the form right, and since it is new, you take it slow. But then, someone comes up to you and asks you how many sets you have left. You respond with 3. They acknowledge it and move on. But instead of going to a new machine, they are watching you do your set and are waiting for you to be done. Then they start heckling you, asking you why it's taking so long. They are even looking at your form and criticizing it. That's how it is growing up. You take on new challenges, but in a world with fast-paced people, it's hard to keep up. I wish I could tell you there was a simple way to just figure stuff out, but even I have a hard time with that. The adults around you that have decades of experience want you to go from 0 to 100 and expect you to keep up with them. Sometimes I wonder if they realize they too were once in their 20s. Although, if I had a McDonald's paycheck that paid for a house, I also wouldn't understand the real struggle. I'm kidding, of course. But still, this happens a lot. If you're a young adult, you feel it all the time. You want to get out there and try new things and see what sticks, but it's hard to meet people's expectations of you. Sometimes the adults in our lives won't let us make mistakes. They are trying to protect us. But the issue is, we need to make mistakes in order to figure out what we want to accomplish and how to do it. Now I'm going to give another example here. Let's say you're baking brownies for everyone and you accidentally added a bit too much sugar. And because of that, people start criticizing you every time you bake brownies, and they constantly feel the need to remind you to not add too much sugar this time, even though you made your mistake and learned from it. Hell, sometimes for that mistake, they might just ban you from the kitchen and tell you not to bake until they believe you are ready. Obviously, this is a minor example, but think about it like this. Like, maybe you forgot to pick up the receipt from the mechanic after your car was repaired. Or maybe you got the wrong battery for your car and now it won't fit. Or maybe you made an appointment at the wrong bank. Obviously, these are much bigger problems than just adding a bit more sugar, but they are mistakes some of us young people are inevitably going to make because we are still trying to figure things out. And when our elders have this mentality of expecting us to get it right from the jump, it really doesn't help our morale. A lot of young people then stop trying to be adults because they think they're either not worth it, not ready, or just not cut out for it. While on the other hand, some people stop listening to their elders and just become more stubborn and just start doing their own thing. They make mistakes, but they aren't listening to their parents, so they don't care. The only issue is I was once this kid, and I know others that were as well, and I can safely tell you it's not good because we make bigger mistakes. Compared to the people that do listen to their parents and elders, we make mistakes that might make us pay a heavy price. One time my mom told me to get my teeth cleaned at the dentist. She told me she would come with me since it was my first time. I said no, I would do it. She told me it wasn't a good idea, but I didn't listen. And once I got to the dentist, I didn't have my health card and didn't know I needed it and had to drive 10 minutes in heavy traffic to pick up my health card, then 10 minutes back in heavy traffic to the dentist. Being stubborn or not taking on new challenges are both wrong approaches to make. Honestly, the best advice I can give is to just be patient and understand how you want to communicate. Only you know how to communicate with a parent in your life about your concerns and your strive on this journey called adulthood. Only you can tell them how you want things to get done. And I know there are other things going on in our lives, like school, homework, jobs, etc. Some of that stuff can hinder how we do things, and it's important to let people know of your situation because they're obviously not going to know everything. Hey dad, sorry I didn't get the oil change on the car. I just don't know any mechanics, and that is going to take time. And right now, I have a lot of homework. Okay son, no worries. And parents. I know for some of you it's been a while since you were your kids' age, but just remember, at 18, we are forced to choose what we want to do for the rest of our lives when we apply for college or university. We are then thrust into a place we don't know anything about. Obviously, things are going to take time for us to adjust. Heck, some of us move out at 18 and live in a completely different city. We all have different ambitions in life, and you can either be there to pick us up when we fall or yell at us because we're not like you or your expectations. Whatever choice you make will directly affect your relationship with your kids in the future. That's all I really have to say. And on the topic of growing, I just want to thank everyone for the support. I know it's not a lot, but to me, it's everything. It's nice sharing my stories and perspectives and having people at least hear them. If you are here, please leave a comment. Maybe you have your own experiences to share. And if you're on YouTube Shorts or TikTok and don't know who I am, then that is fine. I'm just glad you're here. Anyway, with your permission, I'll be signing off now. Goodbye.